Hi everyone. Today I will be talking to you about some changes that are happening next term or this term, term two, in regards to learning intentions and success criteria that will be coming home with your children. So this year we started our goal. Our focus is really on it about our students becoming assessment capable learners. Now I know Miss Purovich has sent some things home about assessment capable. I know your students have come home with some information about assessment capable. And really, some of the things that you may remember or may have heard has been about being in the learning pit and the Michael Jordan video about trying multiple times to succeed. So while we are learning from home, we are going to continue our focus because we know that this is good learning. So today I thought I'd look at really for you at home what that can look like and how you can help your child or children to become assessment capable learners. An assessment capable learner is an active and engaged learner. So they use the environment to facilitate their learning and really knowing when they need support. It's not about just knowing all the answers, but it's actually about knowing what to do when they don't know what to do. So it's more about learning skills and learning how to learn, not just about content. Assessment capable learners value and act upon a variety of feedback. So they see feedback as learning. They see challenges or challenges learning. And they see also mistakes as learning as well. They constantly set and reflect upon their own learning goals, and they'll use learning intentions and success criteria to guide their learning. And that's what we're really going to focus on today. So in summary, an assessment capable learner knows what they're learning, they know how they are going, and they know where to next. They're active learners that value and use feedback and possess a range of strategies to support their learning. Okay, and this is really based on well-known research and a popular Australian educational researcher by the name of John Hattie. He's conducted over 800,000 analyses over multiple educational settings, and his focus of his research is about gauging the different elements that impact student learning. And I suppose prioritizing which ones give our children the best chance of gaining more from their learning in the amount of time. So within just say a year, how do we get our kids to learn more in that year? And what strategies are going to help them to do that? So for you at home, it's important that you know a learning intention is a descriptive statement about the overall learning goal. So a learning intention is a broad learning goal that can last a week. It could last 2 weeks. Within a classroom setting, it may last 3 to 4 weeks. So it's a very broad goal. The success criteria are key steps or ingredients the student needs in order to reach that learning intention. So it's like the picture I've added of the ladder there. The success criteria are all the rungs of the ladder going towards the goal. So we actually had this diagram and I've modified it for you at home. It's about how you can help your child to become an assessment capable learner. So some of these things within a classroom setting are very different. We would do different things and have different expectations. But for you to know at home, this is what your child, is expected to do within the classroom. And I've just modified that for some of those elements for parents. So a student would be, in regards to the learning intention, a student would be expected to know what the learning is and know that it makes sense to them. So if they don't know what it makes sense to them, it's actually their responsibility to ask, well, what does this learning mean? What does it mean? For a parent, you can read the learning intention And get your child to think about what they may already know about that learning. It might be things like, well, what has your teacher already said? What did you learn last year? So you're really trying to engage their brain in some type of warm up of that learning. The success criteria. So think for the students, they need to think about the success criteria, and they need to actually watch the instructional videos that will be provided and attached to their sheets so they can see what good learning looks like. For a parent, you can read the success criteria to highlight the day's learning. In regards to descriptive feedback, students can think about the success criteria so that they know what they're doing well and what they need to do next. For a parent to really foster that, you can, again, use that success criteria to talk to your child about their learning, and you can offer feedback. I know as a parent, sometimes it's, what do I actually offer? What am I saying about this learning? I'm not in the classroom. I'm not the teacher. I don't exactly know where the teacher wanted this to go. The success criteria is a perfect guide on for parents on what you can use to talk to your child about their learning. So use those success criteria. For the student, they can use the success criteria to reflect on their work and keep track of their progress. And again, parents, use that success criteria to help guide your child in regards to self-assessing and setting goals. And in regards to individual goal setting, a student can think about their next steps for learning, while the parents, again, using that success criteria to help your child think about their next steps. So it might be something that, well, Johnny, you really didn't, your teacher said that the success criteria was to show, to write questions showing your understanding of the text, to show the reasons why a character behaved in a certain way. And maybe your child has written statements, not questions. Sometimes the success criteria can be very specific, so use that as well. And we're going to go through that as we go through the slides. So this is what parents will receive. It is for every KLA, so every key learning area, you will receive an overview of learning for the week. And on this sheet, it actually has the learning intention. So that is remember the broad overall goal that may go for 2, 3, or 4 weeks. You will also have, for your student, it says, as a learner, I will know that I'm successful when, and it lists the success criteria for the individual tasks. In a classroom, we may have 3 or 4 success criteria for a lesson. At home, it will be 1, and you can see for Wednesday and Thursday there, it's actually a repeat of the success criteria, because that success criteria, it actually has a lot more, it needs a lot more time for students to develop that understanding. And then you see the students are able to self-reflect, and they tick when they've been successful for that success criteria in that task. Parents will also then attached to that sheet will be all the sheets that you need. So Monday to Friday, the sheet will be labeled so that parents know when the learning is to be completed. And the sheet also has a QR code, and that directly links this task to the learning the teacher will provide via video. So that's something different for this term. Because we need to be able to provide students with instruction. So if I click on that QR code, it will go directly to the video that is for that learning. And those videos are also stored on your child's website. So Kindy 1, 2, and 3 have their own learning website, and then primary, they have Google Classroom. So those videos will be stored in Google Classroom. But it's important that you scan that QR code, because that's the only way you're going to get to the video. And then you'll notice also there are 2 sections here. On the bottom, so one is a student and one is a parent. And this really helps us to gauge whether we need to revise some of the learning. It's okay to support your child, but we need to know the level of support.